That's not the wildest thing ever.
Exactly. I'm like saying they're going to beat some ass-tastic teams. Like, that's not crazy. That's not crazy at all.
But they themselves are an ass-tastic team. So
and
really
the battle of ass versus ass. Anything can happen. Anything is possible when two asses collide on a football field.
I gotta get. Yeah,
I was about to say I gotta pause for deep dive.
Hey,
and we're talking about ass collision.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Welcome to episode 79 of the Fly Route Podcast. I am your host, Anthony, a.k.a. Tony Playboy, a.k.a. TV Timeout Kyler, a.k.a. the Dak Attack. And I'm here with the guys, as always, and we got a couple of special guests. Y'all got any AKAs for yourself?
AKA my flash was on. AKA my name is Keith. AKA man, fuck Madden 22.
Man, I'm just here with your boy Rockin' T.O., a.k.a. Twig Street Baby. Y'all know what it is.
What's up? Sam, a.k.a. about to slander Tua a little bit. a.k.a. he's no Joey Burrow. All right.
Hey, that Joe Burrow comment might get you up out of here, man.
Hey, you mean?
It's Cliff, a.k.a. The Glove.
All right. I'm rocking with it. Let's do it. We are getting into our division breakdowns, getting into the end of the preseason setup. We are going to start with the East side, AFC East and NFC East. We have a Cowboys and a Patriots fan on the podcast to defend their claim to the division. All right, look, let's start with the AFC East because they actually have good teams in there. Look, I ain't hating on you, but I got to tell it how it is. We got the AFC East. We have one person out here with the division superlative is going to be Cliff. All right. So what is it about the AFC East that you thought stuck out the most?
I'd say as far as the entire division, I'd say both sides or all teams have pretty solid defense. I think the Jets have now, kind of entered that with their two pickups in the draft with Sauce and Zion. So I think that's a big piece. You kind of got, again, all teams really can run the ball, aside from the Bills. But you got who they just picked up Dalvin Cook's brother. So I think with him, they can kind of add that and maybe not have your Q be your leading rusher. And then kind of just going through the Dolphins, picked up a lot of additions in the run game. And we already know the pass can run the ball. And then the Jets got two young bucks in the backfield. I think is going to be effective.
All right. So let's talk about division winners. Everybody right now, who do you think is going to win this division? Lock it in. No switching sides, no change-ups.
Do we got to do this right now?
Yes, we do. And actually, we go start with Terrence since you asked.
Well, I don't even think nobody else got to say anything, honestly. Like,
yeah, I think
consensus is the Bills. Like,
this is the Bills. You see the jersey?
Woo. I mean,
all right. Nobody else. Everybody agrees the Bills are taking this division
for sure.
All right. So if I had to ask you, dark horse team that has a chance to sneak in and somehow unseat the Bills, which one would you pick?
There's only one team you could pick, I think, to be honest. It's got to be the Pats. I mean,
y'all know I'm rocking with, listen to the wheels.
I think the Dolphins, the Dolphins are good, but I don't think one left tackle is going to fix that offensive line. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's some pieces on that line that still need to be straightened out. Of course, their defense is going to be pretty well. So you can't cover speed. You can't teach it. Like, they got speed, but like you still need some time to let that bitch out your arm. You know what I mean?
But you still need a quarterback that's going to do it too.
Yeah.
I mean, intermediately, he might get it done. You know what I mean?
Yo, y'all about to kill two in this episode. I am feeling this. I am feeling this. All right, yo, let's actually start with Sam here. You have the Dolphins right now. So we are doing superlatives for every division and every team. And for anybody that needs to know, a superlative is just expressing the highest degree of equality.
Nigga
So
made me Google that.
yeah, so like
College.
I had to ask someone what it meant, and the way they explained it to me was like in your high school yearbook, they'll give you like most likely to succeed, most likely to be president. That's a superlative, right?
yes, 100%.
So for me, the superlative for the Dolphins is most likely to let the team down. And I got to go with Tua, bro. One of the prompts was just like when discussing the Dolphins and like the pre-pod planning was, do I think Tua is going to take advantage of the new weapons? And I think he'll be fine in that, like, I don't think he'll be a net negative, but I don't think Tua is a top 10 quarterback. And I think to truly take advantage of those weapons and be able to challenge the Bills for supremacy in that division is going to take someone a tier above, I think, the quarterback they have now. Like Keith was saying, there's also problems with the offensive line. They do have some interesting new options as far as the run game goes, bringing in Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert. So it'll be interesting to see who gets the share and the majority of just the rushes coming out of the backfield and who's used in the pass game. Both of them are decently versatile as far as both goes, but Raheem Mostert's also a little bit banged up, injury prone, or at least coming off a season where he was. So it'll be interesting to see how those pieces are incorporated. But ultimately, I think they're going to be looking for a new quarterback after this season. And if I had to go with a prediction of how many games they will win based on their schedule, I'm saying 7.
Wow. Yo. that is heavy. Yo,
and I think they'll start 1-3 because their first 4 games are against the Patriots, Ravens, Bills, Bengals. I think they can maybe come out of there with 1 win against the Patriots, maybe to start the season, and then lose the matchup against them later. I don't see them winning both of those, but I think that is a team they could split with. But I don't think they're going to beat the Ravens, Bengals, or Bills. So I think they could even start 0-4, and then they have a really rough stretch of games to end the season. They got the 49ers, Chargers, Bills, Packers, Patriots, and then they ended off with the Jets. But that's a rough stretch to start the season, rough stretch to end the season, and I don't know if they're going to be able to weather that.
So losing record is your prediction.
Yeah.
Yo.
I mean, if we had to play at Miami later in the season, I would say they probably would get us. But since it's earlier on in the season, I don't think so. But typically, it's an issue when we play them later on in Miami. You know, it's very humid and hot, which they normally give us issues later on. But since it's early on in the season, just like we should have beat them last year, but fumbled. But same thing this year, and I think we're going to have an edge this year without all those turnovers.
Yo, if they fire Brian Flores, revamp all the skill position places on the team, like line, running back, wide receiver, fix all the deficiencies and do worse. Yeah, I mean, that would be kind of like prime Dolphins, like exactly what you expect from this organization. And that's the sad part. All right, T.O. has the Patriots. What was your team superlative for the Patriots?
So for us, I'm going to actually go outside of the obvious answer, which everyone would probably say, Mac Jones. But I'm going to go Kyle Duggar. He tied for second in tackles with the team last year with 92. He led solo tackles at 70, also added 4 interceptions. I mean, his speed and physicality is unmatched. And honestly, if you think about our team, we always have that safety that, in a sense, is a cornerstone of our defense. So hopefully he can be one of those guys like a Rodney Harrison, Ty Law, Patrick Chung on our defense. So I'm going to go with Kyle Duggar, who's going to be, I think, a breakout star this year for sure.
Okay. So you look at the schedule. Give us your breakdown of the Patriots schedule and where you think they will end up record-wise.
Yeah, so honestly, at worst, I got us 10-7, just like this past season. At
worst,
best, I got us 11-6.
Yo, hold on, Keith. Why your face look like that, player?
Man, nah. I didn't. Hey, I would give Terrence a bit of a doubt. I ain't look at their schedule, but 10-7, and that was a record they finished last year. Sounds real like that's super generous. You know what I mean?
How though?
Because that was the best they did last year. So you saying they're gonna build off last year and keep rolling?
Yes, we had a rookie quarterback. We had a bunch of old linebackers. The only one that's there was Jawan Bentley.
Who playing corner? JC.
What you mean?
Who locking up the corner?
Listen, it's different schemes. It's not all about man-to-man coverage.
Hey, that's Patriots defense.
Listen, against the Rams in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, we played a ton of zone. They was the most electric offense, and we shut them down.
I'm not saying.
I got faith in the defense, bro.
You can have a elite corner in zone. It don't matter. He can still be fine. But I'm saying the turnovers that JC can get, because obviously the defensive line helps him.
I understand that.
Yeah, you don't have someone to replicate that unless you're saying Kyle Duggar is getting those picks. And I think Kyle Duggar is amazing. I just don't see him getting that many picks. And we gonna see. If we can get Malcolm Butler to play sticky coverage, I think we'll be okay. We also got a couple other guys as well. I don't expect Jalen Mills to be no lockdown guy. But then we got some young guys come in, Marcus Jones, Jack Jones. What you mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't bank on Jalen Mills. We saw
I'm not banking on him.
Yeah, we saw CD put that man in the chamber with the same route.
Yeah, I'm not banking on him at all.
Hey, you know what's crazy about that route? There was only one way CD could have went. Like, if he was going outside, he was going to run into the sideline. There was only one way he was going.
What's even crazier is that they started the play but called timeout. They came back and ran that same play, and he still got burned. I'm like, ain't no way in hell this happens.
They looked at it. They said, "Oh, you gonna still give up the inside? Oh, bet. Hey, run that route
again tonight."
Okay. All right. So there's a little bit of pushback, and it seems like most people had some pushback on the Patriots going 10-7.
I got a question real quick.
I'm gonna lick my chops because I got my list right here.
What you got, Sam?
They're saying Matt Patricia is about to be the play caller. Is that true?
It's right now. He might. However, we're not going to technically have an offensive coordinator. We're not big on titles.
Or defensive coordinator.
But guess what? We just beat the Rams without a defensive coordinator. They was the best offense.
You think Shaq Mason not being on the guard on the line? I know your guys' line is normally crazy. Do you think that has an impact at all since you guys gave him away for next to nothing? Just sent him to Tampa. Like it might. He's good. He's really good. I think he's a good player.
We got some. Like I like Mike Onwenu, and then we got Isaiah Wynn still, and then we moved Trent Brown back to the left side. So obviously we got Cole Strange, which hopefully he pans out to be a pretty good pick. But and then we got David Andrews, and then we got David Andrews, who was the centerpiece. And, I feel like our offensive line.
David Andrews the anchor for sure.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna be straight. Now let me go through this list so y'all to see what y'all thinking now. So we playing in Miami early on. I got us beating Miami, the Dolphins. Second game, the Steelers. I got us getting a dub versus the Steelers. Third game, we play the Ravens. I say we take the L against the Ravens. Now, the only reason I'm saying that is because of Lamar. I'm not saying that because of anything else. Now, y'all don't have any. I'm not scared of none of y'all receivers, so that's my
what receivers.
Did y'all take you and Cliff over
what the receivers?
I got.
That's what I'm saying. It might be a toss up. We got y'all last year because of the rain. But now I got the Packers. I'm in a toss up. Like I might give him the edge because of Aaron Rodgers, but realistically, who is he throwing to?
Who's at home?
He throwing to Sammy Watkins, the young buck
who don't stay healthy.
I mean,
Sammy Watkins do not stay healthy.
Sammy played a good majority for us last year.
Those young bucks won't be those guys, you know.
Huh?
Christian Watson.
Yeah, Christian Washington.
He still got to prove it though, and y'all know Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna throw you the ball up if he don't trust you.
I'm saying
he ain't throwing the ball at all. Yeah.
Who else he gonna throw to?
He gonna force feed
hard out there.
Yeah, he gonna force feed Aaron Jones. Let's be honest. They're gonna be real run heavy, and that defense. I think that defense is better than y'all's defense. You know what I mean? So I think that's gonna be one of those games you guys have that's like a back and forth game.
I'm saying it's a toss up. That's why I say I can see either one of us winning that game. And then we gonna win against the Lions. I got us beating the Browns. I got us beating the Bears, and then I got us beating the Jets. I got us taking the L to the Colts. I got us beating the Jets again. I got us beating the Vikings. I got us losing to the Bills.
Y'all gonna lose to the Vikings?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
don't think so.
They finna beat y'all ass.
I was gonna say if Deshaun is playing or not, that Browns game is a little different.
What week is the Browns game?
Early
Browns game.
It's like week 5, I think.
6.
That might either be his last game suspended or his first game back. Yeah, you might have him just because.
He give us hell when we play him. You know,
even if he don't play though, they got a lot of weapons.
For Houston.
They got a lot of weapons.
Jacoby Brissett is their quarterback right now.
I know.
I like
he's not terrible. If you said, "Hey, throw that bitch 10 times," and Kareem Hunt and Chubb are gonna get us the win with the defense, they can damn sure do it against like a Patriots team that don't have a dominant receiver to cause havoc for Denzel Ward. And Denzel Ward's a good corner, so it's like.
Hey, listen, I'm calling this now. Even I'm not saying he's top receiver, but he finna make things a lot easier for other guys. Devontae Parker. He's finna make things a lot easier for.
He gotta stay healthy though. Like how you said with Sammy.
Yeah, that's true.
He's good though.
Now I got us, like I said, lose to the Bills. I got us beating the Cardinals. Honestly, I got the Raiders.
Hey, look, that's like week 9. Week 9 is generally when the Cardinals fall off. So I'm just saying that's not unreasonable.
You know who
their new Call of Duty coming out week 8.
That nigga the cards with Cam.
Hey, that nigga Nuke coming back strong because he got a 6-game suspension.
Hey, we beat the Cardinals with Cam Newton.
That's fair. I got you.
Breach.
So the Raiders game, the only reason I got it as a toss-up is because Bill usually outcoaches his previous coaches.
Besides Brian Flores.
Nah, you guys should take the win. That line is terrible.
Against the Raiders, toss-up, but I can see us getting a win. I got us losing to the Bengals, winning against the Dolphins, and losing against the Bills. So that's why I say 11-6, 10-7, realistically.
I got 8 wins. The low point.
I would say around 8 or 9 as well.
Yeah. Okay. That's the low point. I'm saying that's as worse as y'all should do is 8.
Yeah. Okay. That's not too bad. That's actually quite reasonable. I feel like 9 is a decent one. I have y'all in that range too. We got Keith with the Jets, and I think the Jets are actually mad interesting this year, which is crazy because they're the Jets. What was your team superlative for the Jets?
All right, so superlative is Mr. Milf Slayer himself. I did have a different superlative, but Sam, my good buddy over there, brought it up about how his high school superlative. So Mr.
The most likely to slay MILFs.
Yeah, friends MILFs is that. So,
oh my god.
Another thing though, they gave up the most yards on defense last year. I think, like Cliff said, I was talking to Cliff before the pod about it. They drafted a lead corner. They got DJ Reed from the Seattle. He's pretty good. He's not great, but he's good. Then they drafted. They got a steal with Johnson.
I love their draft. I ain't gonna lie.
They got a steal with Johnson at Florida State, which is insane to me that they got him. So the defense is not going to be the worst defense in the league again. They're not going to give them. They probably still might give them the most yards, but they're not going to be the worst. They're going to be the bottom team. Like they'll probably still be up in top 5 to 10 at giving up the most yards, but they're not going to be dead last at it. So I have them there, and I think with that draft, the only way you can do is go up. So that's where I filled that on that point. And then I have for what I will see from Zach Wilson, Mr. Milf Slayer, I don't know. He played 13 games, I think. He didn't play all the games. In those games, he threw 11 picks. He only had 9 touchdowns. So he needs to take care of the ball because that just sounds awful. Like, the hype of the Zach Wilson hype has been real high this whole time. Like it was like the Sam Darnold hype when Sam came out of college. So all I need to see is something needs to happen. Like
I ain't gonna hold you. At least half the picks was against us.
I'm about to say he threw four in that game. He knocked those off. That's 7. So
hey, listen.
Hey, don't rookie quarterbacks don't play good against Bill.
Yeah, but I mean, he just got to have a better showing because they're putting they're betting on him. Like they're like, hey, we need you to be the guy. Like, so if he can be the guy and improve off that, he's going to throw interceptions. I think that's the nature of how the game is now. You play in a tough division with defensive-minded coaches. You're a young quarterback. Now he actually has a couple other weapons, so it should help him. Garrett Wilson, I think, is a big addition. Schedule-wise is not friendly for them. It's not a friendly schedule at all. I got them going 4-13. Like when I looked at their schedule, it was not hey, we're gonna get 6 wins, we're getting 8. It was 4 is like I would say 4 is like almost my ceiling for them. Like they're not gonna. The only thing that the big improvement for them will be is if the defense plays better and Zach Wilson looks better. That's the 2 things you can improve on, and then Robert Saleh is just coaching better. That's the 3 things you need to happen. That's not
a run game too.
Yeah, those 3 things they might not result in wins, but if they look way better than what they did, then next year or in 2 years you can build off of that. Like that's a good building block, because all your guys are young. You're gonna have them if you can just, I think it's just the discipline, like just not getting penalties on bullshit plays, not getting stuck on. I think their third down conversion rate when I looked at it was like less than 44%, which is terrible. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like, and then on fourth down they were getting conversions. It's kind of weird.
I got a question. Who are the 4 teams you think they're going to beat? That's the thing that I'm actually very interested in.
All right, so I got them. Obviously, they're going to lose to us. They're going to lose to the Brownies. They're going to lose to the Bengals. They're going to lose to the Steelers. They're going to lose to the Dolphins. They're going to lose to the Packers. They're going to lose to the Broncos. They're going to lose to the Patriots. They're going to lose to the Bills. They're going to lose to the Patriots. They're going to beat the Bears.
Fuck you. No, they're not. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not.
I think they could pull one off against the Steelers, maybe.
Have you seen that Steelers defense? Lamar.
Have you seen that Steelers offense?
All right, that's another topic. But
Najee Harris gonna get 3 yards a carry all game.
They're not gonna beat the Vikings, like I said. They're not gonna beat the Bills. They'll beat the Lions. They'll beat the Jags. They'll have a toss up with Seattle, I feel like, at that point, and they'll have a toss up with the Dolphins at the end.
All right, so you got them having
5, but definitely I'm settling for 4.
Okay. Yeah.
And early on, it's a 0-4 start for sure.
That was mad disrespectful that you said they're going to beat the Bears. I'm pressed. I'm actually pressed. I'm actually so
you don't
pressed.
Think they'll beat the Bears?
No. Hold
on. Get into it. Explain why you don't think the Bears.
Here's the thing. I think, 1, Justin Fields is a more talented quarterback than Zach Wilson. 2,
he's going to be running from his life with that defensive line.
I think our offensive line is actually a little bit better. It is better. It is. Look, here's the thing. Our offensive line was so bad last year.
Who'd you get in free agency?
We didn't get anybody.
Man. Thank you.
No. Allow me to act like you want to act like we got nobody. However, what I'm trying to say is we didn't add anybody that's
got rid of Matt Nagy. That was super smart. I'm glad.
Well, yes, but I'm trying to say more importantly, we didn't get anybody that's like a world beater, but we did get talented players that come from good offensive line coaching systems. So we got one dude from the Packers. And I don't know if you paid attention, but the Packers always have a pretty good to great offensive line with almost no big names. In fact, they become names through their play on the Packers. They were not big names. Like Corey Lindsey was not a big name when he got into the league. He was the league's best center when he left the Packers. David Bakhtiari, left tackle. Not a big name, but he was one of the best left tackles in the league before he got hurt on the Packers. Why? Because the Packers actually have extremely good offensive line coaching. And that's what I'm trying to say. So the guys we got are not world beaters, but I do think they are pretty good. And I think we got Lucas Patrick. He's the guy that we got from the Packers who is going to be able to play center and just settle things down for Justin Field, call out movement, things that the defense is doing to try to help him out.
Who was it you guys got from the Packers?
Lucas Patrick. I think that's just like he has a couple of years under his
older
belt.
Dude.
He's not super old. He's he's in his 30s. He's probably 30 something.
He didn't start for the Packers. He didn't start for the Packers last year.
I think he probably started some games here and there. He's 28, but I think he was not like a starter, but the Packers had some injuries and had to play him. He got a lot of reps because of the fact that they had to pull next guy up.
All right. I just want to quick question: are they going to run the ball or throw the ball? Because I'm willing to bet Sauce Gardner
run the ball.
Boy Mooney in a fucking chamber at that point.
I don't think so. Darnell Mooney is really good.
I think Darnell Mooney is good. I'm saying at that point in the season, Sauce Gardner has definitely went through his fair share of beatings and gotten better as the years progress. I think he's going to put Mooney in a fucking chokehold.
I mean, look, I don't think so. I think one, Justin Fields has the ability to make plays with his legs as well. And that's going to extend plays, make it harder for corners to cover, just like we've seen for a lot of mobile quarterbacks. It's going to help out. Two, and I think this is also very important, is that just like the play calling and scheming should be significantly better this year without Matt Nagy. Like, we might actually roll Justin Fields out the pocket and let him throw on the move to help buttress the fact that our offensive line isn't great. He has great legs, and his passer rating on the move is like ridiculously good. So, like,
big fish to fry in addition to that. You know,
but you know what's not a big fucking fish? The Jets, nigga. The Jets have never been a big fish since Mark Sanchez.
I'll put cash on it. You want to put cash on it?
I was gonna say y'all just got to bet on it.
Yeah, I'll put cash on it. What you want to put?
I mean, what you trying to put on it? Because every time I try to make, look.
Hey, I got some money from last season. Nick and Blake. I had to pay Blake. Nick had to pay me.
No, all my bets I try to make with you put some like weird ass caveats on them, but to the point where I want to do them no more.
No, straight up. This ain't no Kyler Murray contract, no special word, no clauses, nothing. What you want to put up?
All right, look, we'll put 40 on it. Why not?
Ooh, I was gonna say 20, but okay.
No, we'll put 40 on it because I just can't believe it. At the point where I believe that my own team can't beat the Jets, like,
I'm putting that in my
that's just a sad fucking season. All right, bro. And the next time we want to bet, no weird ass caveats because I gave you a straight up bet.
Yeah.
Yo, Sam remembers this because Sam was there the last time I tried to bet him.
I'm trying to remember what the bet was.
I want to say it was Jalen Hurts couldn't get the same number of yards receiving and rushing that Lamar got his MVP season. I tried to bet him on that. He was like, no, he got to get the same number of touchdowns too. When Lamar's touchdown numbers were fucking ungodly that season, which is why he won MVP. Yeah, I remember that. Like, so remember this. I gave you that shit straight up. So I'm gonna get into the last team we got here. That is the Bills. We obviously think they're gonna win the division. My superlative for them was the most championship or bust team in the NFL. I don't think anybody is up there with anywhere near as much pressure as them. Like, repeat Rams might be close, but KC lost Tyreek Hill. The Bucks they're good. They should win, but Brady is old. That team is hurt. I honestly think it is 100% the Bills. They have the largest pressure on them to win it all this season, especially with how close they have been knocking on the door. The running back that I think is going to take over in Buffalo, I think is James Cook or nobody. Like, I can't believe in any single running back that has been in the Buffalo Bills locker room prior to the beginning of this season. They just haven't been able to make it happen, and the offensive line has not been that bad that it can be an excuse for that. Josh will probably lead them in rushing yards again this season. The schedule, I have
Shady McCoy, probably Frank Gore or something.
Yeah. Honestly, those are the last two big ones for me. I have them going 12-4. I feel like that's a decent floor. They could probably excel and go a little bit higher, 13, 14 wins. But 12 is where I have them at. Week 1, they play the Rams in Los Angeles. I have that being an L. Week 2, play the Bills at home, W. Dolphins on the road, W. Ravens on the road, L. I think y'all will get them at least. I think y'all might be able to get them at home. They got the Bills at home, W. Chiefs on the road, and I am actually saying W. They coming back for blood after what happened in overtime. That date is circled.
You keep saying the Bills playing the Bills. Who the Bills playing, bro? Anybody else?
I said what? I said Chiefs on the road.
No. Before that, you said Bills. Yeah.
You said Bills
before
twice.
that. So they got Bills.
Like, man, talk about the Bills playing the Bills.
Bills v. Ravens is week 4. I think they'll lose. Then they have the Steelers at home week 5. They'll win. The Chiefs on the road week 6. They'll win. Then they have a bye. Week 8, they got the Packers at home. They'll win that. Jets on the road. They'll win. Vikings at home. They'll win. Browns at home. They'll win. Lions on the road. They'll win. Bills at the Patriots. I think the Patriots will snag one. They will lose that game. I don't think they'll sweep the Patriots. Then they get the Jets at home. They'll win. The Dolphins at home. They'll win. The Bears on the road. They'll win. The Bengals at home. Well, they're on the road against the Bengals. I think they'll lose that game in week 17. And I think they may win at home against the Patriots week 18. So that's actually 13 wins. I have them going 13-3.
You missing a game, player?
13-4, sorry. I did week 18 was the last game. They had their bye on week 7.
Hey, that bet got that boy shaking. He can't even think straight right now.
Honestly, I'm more shaky about the fact that I gave you this bet, even though I shouldn't have, because of what happened with the Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts thing. That's actually what I'm more shaking about.
This head up. This sounds like a head up bet to me.
Hey, I'll say
I'm saying fuck a head up bet because he would have given me the head up bet last time. Like, that's what I'm saying. I should have been petty. I should have been like, nah, these niggas got to win by like 8 points. Like, I should have been petty as hell.
Hey, it's already in the boogie book, boy.
It's already in the book. I'm letting it go. It's already in the book. But I'm mad as fuck. I ain't even gonna lie to you. All right, yo. That's the AFC. Let's move down to the NFC East. All right, Keith, you got to talk to us about your division superlative. Like, what is the NFC least the most of?
The top heavy, the heavy hitters, got to be the Eagles. There's too much talent all the way around. I think it's just fucking ridiculous. Like it's built up for Jalen Hurts to just take them as far as he can take them this year. I'm not saying that's the Super Bowl, but they got to be past the wild card. They got to be past there, or he's probably gone next year. And I don't think he's a bad quarterback, but that's that. So I have them obviously as a division winner because they're the powerhouse. There's no superlative, super like whatever. You know what word I'm trying to say. Thank you, Terrence. You know I'll be fucked up words. There's no superlatives for anybody else or anything in this division because it fucking sucks.
All right. I was gonna call this the most competitive bad division. That's my superlative.
I like that.
The most competitive bad division. All right, yo, we got Cliff on the pod this week. He is a Cowboys fan. What is your team superlative for the Cowboys, and who do you have winning the NFC East?
Don't lie.
Hey man, so I'm picking my boys, man. I'm not coming on here for the first time. My boys in the back. I'm picking my guys. So, I'd say, this whole division is, like you said, I mean, the strength of schedule, these 4 teams are literally at the bottom of the strength of schedule. Like, we literally have the weakest schedule. Out of every team in the NFL, this whole division has the weakest schedule. So, it's going to be about who wants it. I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to. It wasn't, my team didn't, in my personal opinion, didn't do a lot they probably did the least active team in free agency. I wasn't super excited about their draft. I feel like they filled some holes, but I wasn't super excited. In my personal opinion, is their biggest move was retaining Jerron Kearse. That's my real. I feel like this man had 101 combined tackles, sacked 2 picks, and was just all around the ball. If you watch his film, he's around the ball all the time. And we haven't had a really good active safety like that. That's kind of how I feel about, my guys. They got the draft, I think, it's kind of underwhelming with Tyler Smith and Sam Williams. So Sam Williams, I think, is going to be the other guy on the edge. They added Dante Fowler. That was probably the only real name they added from free agency from the Falcons. And then other than that, it's just the guys that we already had. We lost Gregory, of course. I don't think he was worth all that money anyways. When you have 6 sacks in a season, no. For finally playing your first season, not worth the money the Broncos. But he can go up to Mile High. I know why he went up there, because weed's legal, and he's like, now I don't got to worry about nothing. So,
hey, that's a good business move.
I'm telling you, man. That's why he did. This man missed his first 2-3 seasons because he couldn't stop smoking. Like,
hey, you know what though? If y'all didn't just put the language in the contract, he definitely would have stayed home.
I'm okay with it though.
Yeah, like you're okay with it, but they was definitely trying to keep that man. But they played it smart, because they were like, hey, well, if you get caught up, we don't want to go through what we went through the last 3 years. Yeah. But I think on both sides, it's smart the business decision. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm not going to sign no shit that's going to hand me up, and maybe I might get in trouble. And then, hey, from the business side of it, well, we can't gamble on you like we did before.
Right. You know yourself already.
Yo, how did you feel about hearing Von Miller saying he would have taken less money to play with y'all, and y'all didn't make it happen?
Y'all some goobers. Y'all could have got Von. That's one of them biggest cowgirls right there.
So I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm a realistic Cowboys fan, and I feel like anytime there's a big name free agents, like the Cowboys are a team they're going to talk about for everybody. But if you really know the Cowboys, they're not paying nobody. We didn't even. I don't even think we competed to sign Vaughn, Bobby, Tyron. None of those guys. And we could have used every one of those guys, if just one.
Okay.
And changed our team. We could have used a safety. We could have used a linebacker. We could have used a pass rusher. Like, that was kind of evident. And then I think you make any of those moves, that gives you so much freedom with Micah to be able to put him wherever you want, and let him rush the passer. Let him play in coverage. Let him blitz. Let him do whatever you need him to do, because he can be that guy. I don't think I think the ceiling for the defense was last year. We're not going to get that many turnovers again. It's just, you don't do that. You don't do that bad. I just personally feel
Diggs not doing it again.
11, man. I mean, even with the weakest schedule in the league, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's gonna fall that way. Now, I feel like I would 100% love that, but we're relying on some young guys. We're a young team on both sides. I feel like outside of a few guys have been there, DeMarcus, Zach, Tyron, but other than that, we're a young team, and we're relying on some young guys to step up this year.
Y'all need to feed Zeke again. That man hungry.
Hey, the pressure shift though. Like Cliff said, the young guys, like, they're only gonna go as far as those young dudes take them. It's not no more. I don't think it's Dak and Zeke anymore. Like, Zeke.
Hold on.
No, look, hear me out. Micah is not gonna. He's not gonna be getting any help on defense anymore. He's by himself, right? Diggs, people are gonna keep. I'm saying he's by himself in that aspect of he's gonna get doubled if he rushes. Like they're gonna be like, hey, find him. It's not like we're before. All right, there's Lawrence, there's Randy. All right, well maybe we can't double him, and then he's fast enough where if we're late, he's getting by us. And then people are gonna still double move Diggs to death this season. Hopefully, he worked on it. But if he didn't work on it, he's getting torched this year. And I just think they're riding on the young dudes, which I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's bad when you don't have enough like complementary help to help them. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like other pieces.
I got a question for you, Cliff. You talked about how you ain't got the money to pay any of the big free agents. Y'all had to give up Amari Cooper for like pennies. Yes. And now you're here. Do you regret paying Dak all that money now?
Well, we had the money to pay one of those guys. So don't let the Cowboys organization fool you. They definitely had the money to pay one of those guys, and they could have got it done, but they didn't really want to. But no, I don't regret paying Dak at all because you let Dak go, what is your next move?
Quarterback's hard to come by in the league.
Are you in a rebuild? You can't let that guy go. People can say whatever they want about him, or it's the system, or but the guy's a natural leader. His numbers, even dating back to his rookie year, even when he lost Zeke, even when he lost his entire offensive line. Yes, it wasn't a great season, but he was still a solid Q. And I think he's easily a top 10 quarterback, and that's easily a top 10 quarterback right now.
I think that's.
I don't know if you can name. You can maybe name 9, but you're not.
I could name 12.
And I don't know. You might be reaching in the bucket for that one.
No, hey, look, I think you get into the issue that the Vikings are with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins don't have an ungodly season this year with the new offensive coordinator. It's like, damn, we fucked up paying him this money. And I don't buy so much that quarterbacks are hard to come back. They are hard to come by, but don't let it fool you like you can't go snag one because they got Joe Burrow. We got Lamar at 32. Like, you can go get a quarterback. Like, it's not – the Cardinals got Kyler. Like, if
but two of those dudes are number 1 overall picks.
Yeah, we was a playoff team. We won our division last year. There's no –
all right, but I'm saying if you talk about if I had to name someone late that got drafted, I'm saying you can still find a quarterback. Like if Dak shits the bed this year, I'd move Dak. Like if Dak does not have a good year, I'd be like, you know what, maybe we got to just build around.
I don't see that. They're tied for the worst schedule this year. Easiest.
No, I'm not saying he is.
No way he's having a bad season unless he loses all his guys. Which on that note, you lose Coop for a 6th round pick essentially. That hurts so bad, but I knew it was coming with the money issue. You had to cap.
Dak was a diamond in the rough himself, though. He was a 4th round pick, right, Cliff?
4th round pick. So we got him in the 4th. Yeah, and he's been solid for us. Have we had, there's some things that could have gone differently. I mean, that's every season, I feel like. But I'm excited to see what Lamb does, as the number 1. It's on him. It's on his back. Giving up Cooper for a 6 hurt, but I know why it happened. It was all about timing. We paid him, and then CeeDee Lamb was sitting there at pick 17 when he should not have been. You got guys like Jalen Reagor and Henry Ruggs going before him. Let's be honestly real. He should have been one of the top receivers with Jefferson. It should have been him and Jefferson, however you do it. And it wasn't. And he was sitting there like, what? I mean, we'd be idiots not to draft him. So that's what put us in a bind with having Coop and him and not being able to pay everybody.
Okay, I feel you. So what's your record prediction for the Cowboys?
I'm going to say 11-6.
Oh, I was about to say, you say 13. I'm going to tell Ant to kick me.
I said earlier, I'm a realistic fan. I'm not ridiculous. Man.
It's not your year.
Listen, Cowboys.
It's 11-6 is. I think you still win the division with 11-6. So I mean, I think the Eagles. Like I said, I'm honest. The Eagles are a really good team on paper. Jalen's got everything he needs. If he can't get it done this year, they need to consider moving their Q. We're not moving our Q. We just paid our guy. The Eagles need to consider what they're going to do if that guy don't show up, because they just got a lot of pieces in free agency, in the draft, and they got guys. So if anybody's competing with us, it's them. But if I'm saying, I think we're gonna, split with them. I think we'll get one. They'll get one. I'll actually be at the game out here in Philly in Week 6. So I'm excited for that one. But just going down the schedule, we got Bucks Week 1. I think we take an L. I think Gallup's not going to be back. Gallup's not going to be back, and look out for the rookie Jalen Tolbert, but from South Alabama. But he needs some time. It's too early. It's too early to say he's going to contribute that early. So really, it's going to be CD out there, and they just going to blanket him. And we can run the ball, but we can't run the ball against that defensive
Team
front.
Hicks and Vita Vey.
I'm saying you can try. We didn't do it against them last year. We didn't do it at all. We didn't run.
They literally said we can't run this. We throw it all.
Side note: did y'all see Vita Vey playing running back in high school?
I seen the highlights.
Oh.
If that's the case, man, I'm going to stay on the sideline.
Bro, oh my God!
Don't ask me. That's an L. The Bengals, I think we actually can steal the Bengals because I don't fully believe in their offensive line still, and I don't fully believe in their secondary as a whole.
Keyston died.
Hey,
You in week 2 and Keys is dead.
they're a young team. They got some pieces.
Who guarding two Higgins?
Well, I mean, look, hey, I don't know, but I think
they got a solid 3 though. They got a solid 3.
I know.
Oh,
the Boyd ain't no slap neither.
Boyd, Higgins.
I know who they got, and we already know who the guy is. Jamar different. So Diggs gonna have his hands full. Diggs gonna have his hands full all day. I can see that if that's when we win, that's when we steal. So then week 3, and we're at home too. So in week 3, we got the Giants. At the Giants, that's a win. At the Commanders, dub. At the Rams, I got us losing back-to-back. I honestly got us losing to the Rams, and at the Eagles, week 5 and 6. Lions and Bears, I think those are 2 dubs. Sorry, I mean, it's just how I feel.
Look, I am not as pressed as I was about the Jets. I'm not as pressed about this.
Hey, look, we gotta only lose by. Sorry, no. So we come off the 2. So we take two L's, Rams to Eagles. Then we come back 2 dubs, Lions and Bears. Then we got a bye week before the Packers.
Don't lie.
We never play well against the Packers, and we're in Lambeau. But
This nigga just said
my man said, but
that man A-Rod lost his guy. We don't know who the guy is, and I don't know if they'll know who the guy is in week 10. So, yeah.
But y'all saying we was gonna lose to him though. But y'all okay with the Dallas Cowboys beating them?
Hey, I'm letting you know straight up. That Dallas defense is not better. I don't think it's better than the Patriots defense. I think it's probably.
And we played that week 6, and you talking about week 10.
You said the Cowboys defense is not
I'm
better.
saying not from last year. I'm saying the defense this year, looking ahead, I do not think it's better, like vastly better than the Patriots. They might be close.
Who the Patriots?
Hell no, bro. Our defense way better than them.
Their defensive line is nice.
They just lost one of the best corners. Who's guarding anybody out there? Jalen Mills.
Our defense is way better.
I'm not gonna lie. Cliff is right about that, but I'm saying as a unit, I think the Patriots defense is better.
Okay,
Cliff is right about that though.
Our safety position is deep as hell, but our corners, we gonna have to see, preseason and early on in the season. But our safeties,
overall,
we
you say that the Patriots defense is better than the Cowboys defense.
Yes, 100%.
I'm not saying 100%.
Did I not call it last year when I said our defense is gonna be top 10? And he was like, "Oh, what I say?"
We led the league in turnovers, forced turnovers.
Yeah, but you just said you're not finna get those again.
I know. We won't. We're not gonna be there, but we could be around there. We're not gonna get to that ceiling. We
Y'all
can still
stop a nosebleed on defense.
We can still be a top 7 team in forced turnovers. We're not gonna be one, is what I'm saying.
All right, let's go. Who you got?
I'm talking about overall defense, not just turnovers. We're gonna be a top 10 again.
You might get more turnovers than them, but they probably gonna get more sacks, have a better getting someone off on third down.
Y'all don't even got a guy remotely close to Michael Parsons. I'm gonna just keep it moving.
Matt Judon, how many sacks Matt have last year?
Yeah,
I'm saying sacks. Judon went off, didn't he?
Yeah,
I have to look at it. Yeah, he was going off.
Yeah. If you're talking sack wise, Judon, he's not better than Micah, but if you're saying
Judon might have hit double digits.
Yeah,
he did for sure.
He was at
he was on pace to break the record, but he
12 and a half.
If Micah rushed the passer every down, I could 100% see him doing what JJ or TJ Watt did.
I mean, he didn't do it every down either.
Yeah, Judon drops in the coverage for them. They play that weird defense where his ass ain't rushing all the time either.
He's also a little older. This guy was a rookie.
So,
yeah.
Micah's ceiling, he can keep.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Micah's nice. I'm just saying,
like, best player on the Cowboys team, and he was a rookie. So that's just
our defense overall as a unit is better than y'all defense.
He's still not having it, bro.
Cliff ain't going. Who you got next, Cliff?
We'll see how this is.
Look at the stats from last year with them old ass linebackers we had.
We'll see how things go this year.
All right, bet.
Hey, we remember what happened when we played y'all, but we'll just keep going though.
Hey, maybe we make a straight up bet about who defense is gonna be better. But proceed.
We'll see. it ain't like we talking about the Jets or something. It's close. We like right here.
Y'all about to leave my bet alone, damn it. All right.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm confident.
I think, and then we come back against the Vikings. The Vikings always find a way to lose to us, so we're gonna get a dub at Minnesota. We did it last year with a backup Q. The Giants is a dub. I think we lose to the Colts at home because that's just a type of game we lose. That defense is really good.
And they had Matt Ryan.
And they got a way better quarterback in my opinion. So I still don't really, know where their weapons are besides Pittman. And that run game is different. We already know that run game, and we just haven't been a good run stopping defense. Like we just haven't been good at stopping the run. And that guy's different. So then we come back with 2 slaps, the Texans and the Jags, dub. And then I think we get the Eagles late at home. And then this is where I had us splitting with the Commanders as well. So I got us losing our last 2 games against the Titans and the Commanders. That's just something, the Titans, again, back to the run game. That guy's different. Say nothing else. Commanders, I think they'll just still win it, and they'll be at home. I think they'll definitely still win. Carson Wentz. If Carson Wentz plays well, that team can be fine. He's got some guys to throw to. He's got a solid run game. He's got a solid O-line. So that's kind of how I feel about that one.
All right, so Keith got the Eagles winning the NFC East. Cliff has the Cowboys. What's up, Sam and T.O.? Who are y'all taking to come out the NFC East?
I'm going Eagles.
I got the Eagles as well. They were my team for my deep dive, and I think I also have them winning 11 games and splitting with the Cowboys. So if they both did that, I'm not really sure how the tiebreaker would work there, but
deep dive, no pause. That's wild too.
Bro, where's your mind at? Deep dive that you're reaching.
The reach. Oh God.
Would y'all like to get into the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah, let's do it. Because I also had the Eagles winning the division. So that's a 4-1 split against Dallas. So what was your team superlative for the Eagles?
So I was actually glad you gave me the Eagles and the Dolphins because I feel like my superlatives go like kind of an opposite direction for these teams, which is I think that Tua and Jalen Hurts are in similar positions and that the team has really upgraded the weapons around them. And it's up to them to perform, or they're going to have to potentially move on and figure out another situation at quarterback. I think Jalen Hurts succeeds in this role and takes advantage of these weapons. And you can go back to episode 74 of our quarterbacks rankings episode to find my full spiel on why I think Jalen Hurts will make a jump into not a Lamar MVP season, but in terms of yards, both rushing and passing in that realm, probably not in terms of touchdowns, but I would be willing to take a bet with a few caveats. So I think Jalen Hurts takes a big step. I'd have them winning 11 games, which I think will be enough to win the division. I think they will beat the Lions. I think they'll split with the Cowboys and Commanders. So take games against both of them. I think they'll beat the Texans, the Jags, the Steelers. I think they'll beat the Giants twice. I think they'll beat the Bears. No offense, O'Booley. I think they'll beat the Cardinals and the Titans. And I think they will lose to the Vikings, Cowboys, Commanders, Packers, Colts, and my New Orleans Saints. So I think they will be a much improved team. I think they've done everything they need to improve the weapons around their young quarterback, and I see him taking a step to take advantage of those weapons, and I see them being in the playoffs. I've seen a lot of stuff about them making a Super Bowl run. I don't know if I'm there yet, but I think they're going to be really good.
It depends on Jalen Hurts, honestly. If
Comes
he
down
goes, they go. Yeah, because, I mean, he got so many weapons. Like, A.J. Brown in itself is a damn nuke
machine.
Yeah, like.
Bro, with Quez Watkins' speed and Devontae Smith, with Dallas Goedert is really unfair when you really think
Miles
about it.
Sanders is fast, too.
And the offensive line is there.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
If they're healthy, too.
And everything. That's what I'm saying. Like it would have hurt me to pick the Eagles, so I didn't. But I'm realistic that I know that those guys could win that division.
They got to steal too.
He said he's realistic.
And Backer.
He said he's realistic. He lying, bro. That man just said, the Eagles. That day he's like, yeah, I was really.
Hey, Keith, so you think the Ravens gonna win your division?
Yo,
I say probably.
That's what I'm saying. So,
I would say probably not. Maybe the Bengals, honestly. But I'm saying everybody's gonna be back healthy, so the Bengals could take it. But I would take us to make a further run in the playoffs.
That's exactly how I feel. That's a perfect. There you go.
That's fair. If that's how you feel, that's fair.
That's fair.
I like this.
Team, it's the Cowboys.
T.O. got the Giants, and the Giants are also an interesting team after, really making a bunch of coaching changes, but keeping everything else damn near the same. So what was your team superlative for the Giants?
So my team superlative is for them. Is he the best player on the team? Probably not. But they got to see if they're going to move forward with him as their long-term answer quarterback. So their team superlative is Daniel Jones the answer. So, I mean, but I'm banking on him having a career year this year. I mean, his highest.
That ain't all that much.
I mean, exactly. So his career years as of right now is 3,027 passing yards and 423 rushing yards. So now with Dable, though, we seen how he was able to elevate Josh Allen. I mean, Daniel Jones has some talent. We know he fast as hell, but he getting tricked by Casper. But I mean, we understand he do have a little bit of athleticism, so maybe getting him out of the pocket, getting his playmakers out in space. One thing they're going to have to do is get Saquon the ball. He's going to have to stay healthy for one, but they're going to have to get him the ball. He's going to have a 2K scrimmage yard year for them to have, any kind of success. And then also they're going to have Thibodeau on a defensive rookie of the year type of level of play in order for them to have any kind of competitive spirit for their organization. But yeah, that's what I got for them. I mean, something interesting that people might want to hear about is their leading receiver last year, which was Kenny Golladay, only had 521 receiving yards. y'all just not getting it done. Like, I don't know. Play calling.
I got you and Cliff getting out of bed getting more yards than that.
I think I could. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, and then also Daniel Jones averaged 4.8 yards per carry, which was better than his top two rushers in Saquon and Devontae Booker. So that's insane to think about. And also, he had like a third of their carries, but only like 300 less yards. So, I mean, something got to give. And as far as the schedule goes, they got the 29th strength of schedule, which, like Cliff said, it's in the bottom bucket of the league. And I got them going 7-10 at best.
Okay.
So, starting off, it started off a little ugly for them. So, they're losing to the Titans, Panthers, and Cowboys. Got them winning against the Bears. Oh, wait for any pushback. Okay.
Look, y'all gonna be I'm cool with y'all. The slander is crazy. I think that we could beat the Giants of all fucking teams.
It might be a toss-up.
At the point where your quarterback is worse than Justin Fields, I feel like we have a good chance to win. And I believe that is 100% the case at this point in time for both Daniel Jones and Zach Wilson.
So if you play in New York, you're not beating the Bears. That's what he's saying.
Basically, yeah, because them niggas is ass. The whole state is ass. Besides Buffalo, I guess the city of New York is ass right now. Buffalo is technically in the state of New York, and they are very good.
Hey, my $40, I'm waiting. They in Ant's pocket right now.
Look, it started off real heavy for them though. I got them losing to the Pack and then the Ravens. But then I got them winning against the Jags. I think they can get the Seahawks, who's probably going to have Geno Smith at quarterback. The Texans, I got them beating the Texans. I got them beating the Lions. I got them losing to the Cowboys again. I got them beating the Commanders. Got them losing to the Eagles, losing to the Vikes, losing to the Colts. And they can probably sneak a win in the last week of the season against the Eagles if the Eagles are resting starters. Because they might be about to make a push to the playoffs, might have the number one seed or playoff spot locked up. So we'll see there, depending on, like I said, if the Eagles are resting starters, they probably can sneak a win there. But if not, then that's another L.
Is 7 wins enough to save Daniel Jones's job?
If he don't turn the ball over, yeah.
Yeah, if he looks better, I think.
Same thing with Zach. If they both look better, they fine.
Yeah, if he has a career year, if he has a career year, I think it can save his job. If he passes for, let's say, 4,000 yards, he don't necessarily have to run as much if they can get the running game going with Saquon, getting him, being a playmaker for them. But if he can pass 4,000 yards, maybe he still rush for around 400, 500, 600. You don't want to rush him too much. But, if he can do something like that, I think he can save his job and cut down on them fumbles and interceptions, then yeah, I think so.
All right. I like that. I had the Washington football team. Of course, I think the Eagles are going to win the division. But my superlative for the Washington football team is the most underutilized talent in the league. They got Scary Terry, Curtis Samuels, Chase Young, Antonio Gibson, and even Carson Wentz, who we know has the talent. Just a lot of confounding
uncertainty.
Yeah, confounding decisions that really put a ceiling on that. I feel like this Washington Commanders team can make the playoffs. The easy schedule helps a little bit. But what they're going to need to do first and foremost is reestablish the defense from the 2020 season. Chase was underperforming all year long before he actually got hurt. That defense took a major drop off, which is crazy considering that's supposed to be Ron Rivera's calling card. The second key for them making the playoffs is going to be managing Carson Wentz. You're going to have to limit the turnovers, limit the excruciating mistakes that he makes, and get him to work within the flow of the offense. And apparently that was
He played bad, boy. He better not get another job. I swear, if he looks god awful, and gets another job, I might lose my mind. And because I be rooting for Carson Wentz. I legit root for Carson Wentz because that MVP year he was on that year. I legit like root for him to go back to that. But if he has another awful year and someone else gives him I'm gonna lose it.
He plays in Washington. You go there, quarterbacks go there to literally die.
Literally, yeah.
Kirk Cousins ain't die.
Yeah, because he got his ass up out of there.
Yeah, he got out of it. That's why.
Boy was trying to get out. They double tagged his ass. He was running. He was running.
They did that. They was trying to put him away.
They really was. They really was.
They was trying to put him away.
Oh,
it was
man.
signed and sealed. It just won't deliver. That's all.
I got Washington going 9-8 or 8-9. I feel like that's about where they'll be at with this schedule. I got them week 1 playing the Jaguars at home as a W. Then they'll be at the Lions week 2, another W. Versus the Eagles at home week 3, that's an L. Then the Cowboys on the road, L. Titans at home, W. Bears on the road. I'm going to say the Bears win this game.
Oh, my fucking God. The Bears just split it.
I think the Bears are going to get like 6 or 7 wins in total this year, and these are not very good teams. I feel like there's a chance.
You want to bet 7?
Wait,
maybe we'll see what happens when we get out of the Bears. No, they lost to the. I feel like they might beat the Titans. Yeah, the Titans are a weird team where the Titans will lose to bad teams. The Titans play down. The Titans have an issue that the Colts have. Actually, the AFC South in general has a problem with playing down to their competition.
Kevin Byard getting 2 picks against Carson Wentz. And
look, it's very possible. I'm just saying the AFC South is a division that has a very big problem playing down to their competition. Like when they're just supposed to come through and steamroll a team, they make it competitive. And then they'll play the Chiefs and they'll play out of their mind and ball crazy. That's a Titans Colts MO. Play really good against great teams, play bad against poor teams. Then they got the Packers, that's an L, the Colts, L, Vikings, L. Eagles, I think they'll split with, so W. Then the Texans, W. Falcons, W. Giants, W. Giants again after their bye date, so they go Giants bye Giants. I feel like they will lose the second game to the Giants. They will beat the 49ers. No, they will lose to the 49ers, lose to the Browns, beat the Cowboys very last week of the season.
I said, beat the Niners. What?
No, that was backwards. They'll lose to the Niners. Lost to the Niners, lost to the Browns, end the season on a win against the Cowboys.
Boy,
that is where I have them at for that 8-9 season. I do think there's a chance they beat the Bears and go 9-8. I told you 8-9, 9-8.
Those are the 2 chance.
There's a chance, like 9-8, 8-9. That's what I said.
Who on the Bears
that's what I give
defense is going to slow down the shit of Washington, of Scary Terry and all the other boys?
Carson Wentz. Thank you. Who is going to slow them down? Carson Wentz. Like if Carson Wentz pulls up,
and that old line is going to hold against that football team.
The football team's look. That was my keys to making the playoffs. Right. That defense has to get back to 2020 because in 2021 that D line was fucking dog water, nigga.
They can pay
attention.
No,
I'm serious.
They can play like
fucking dog water last year.
They can play like dog water and still beat that Bears offensive line right now.
Hey, we had him fighting on the sideline, man.
If that defensive line gets back to 2020, yes, they will. They should be able to beat the Bears soundly. Chase Young is coming back from a season-ending injury. I think this is the thing. Like you don't want to give them any credit. That's fine.
Who, the Bears?
Yes. That's fine. I think that they're going to win like 6 or 7 games. And it's not a surprise that the teams that I have said they may beat are kind of shitty, i.e. the Jets, the Giants, and the Washington football team. It's not like I'm saying
that's not the wildest thing ever.
Exactly. I'm like saying they're going to beat some ass-tastic teams. Like, that's not crazy. That's not crazy at all.
But they themselves are an ass-tastic team.
And really the battle of ass versus ass, anything can happen. Anything is possible when 2 asses collide on a football field.
Oh, wait. Talk about what?
I gotta get. Yeah,
I was about to say, I got to pause for deep dive.
Hey,
and we're talking about ass collision.
I just peeked the Bears schedule. I got 4 to 5 wins. That's it.
We are not too far off of each other, so I'm not even gonna fight with you.
He is, because you got to.
I said 67. You said 4 to 5.
I'm going full low end.
Okay, then sure, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
All right, let's keep it pushing. I got some
Hey,
shit.
look, this is actually the end of it. Like these
Yeah,
are our East Side shit. We will come back next week with the motherfucking next divisions that we are going to break
Let's do
into.
the Bears division.
I can't wait to do the Bears and the Ravens.
We gonna do the North Side, AFC and NFC North. We gonna be breaking that down for y'all in this upcoming week. I want to give a big shout out to T.O. and Cliff coming on the pod this week and joining us to chop it up and talk some good shit with us this week. Y'all got anything y'all want to shout out where people can find y'all, what y'all working on? You can always find us at the Fly Route Pod on all social media platforms. The Fly Route Pod on YouTube, pop it in, it'll pop up. You'll get clips and all that other good stuff. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe wherever you at.
Shit, they both about to regularly be here. Other than Terrence, we got daddy shit going on every now and then. But
I'm still with the
they both probably gonna be rocking.
Anybody else got anything else they want to share? I will say all these training camp injuries, as they start to happen, we're going to see like the final third wave of free agency where like the stragglers kind of get signed to replace people that start getting injuries in camp. And that's going to be very interesting to see how the rosters kind of get their final pieces together.
Boy, the Ravens better not have no motherfucking injuries. Oh my!
Yo, y'all ain't got no receivers.
Hey, bro, better shit. Ben Cleveland, our left guard we picked up, I think last year, failed his conditioning test with the Ravens again. I don't know how. It's the second time. But it's actually a really hard test to take, I guess, apparently, because Terrell Suggs has failed it before. Ladarius Webb has failed it. There's been some big names that failed it, but I think it's just kind of crazy that he failed it twice.
All right, y'all. Appreciate everybody for watching, and we will get back to you next week.
Yes, sir. We're live.
The Fly Route Pod. The Fly Route Pod. The Fly Route Pod. The Fly Route Pod.